Welcome to Deploy AI's Transfer Call Node overview. Transfer Call Node is one of the interaction nodes, and it can be accessed by going to the Interactions tab on the top left side and dragging, dropping, or clicking on the Transfer Call section right here. Settings can be accessed by clicking on the settings bar right here, or just by double clicking the node itself. As we can see, the node starts with a node name, node description, and transfer call setup, which is the main action of this node. We can type the phone number that we want the call to be transferred to, and we can also indicate a word transfer functionality. So this is the transfer timeout right here, and we got the response setup as the next section also. What the response setup does is basically tells the caller, okay, I'm going to transfer you to our agent, or anything that you want the agent to say, AI agent to say before transferring to a live agent. Then we have a global node settings, which makes this node accessible from everywhere in the workflows. So let's say if the user wants to speak to an agent in any moment of the workflows, in any moment of the call, it will invisibly access this transfer call node and transfer them to the agent rather than having to connect all the dots to the beginning of this node. This node can be made accessible from every part of the workflows that you're going to be building. Moving on to the next section, we have a stay condition. Stay condition basically allows you to stay and not transfer the call until a certain condition is met. Then we have the data extraction. We can also extract the data while the user is being on this node. Moving on to the next section, we have the voice settings where we can choose the AI, choose the temperature, and also make this node to wait for the user's response. It can also skip the user's response and just basically tell them I'm going to be transferring you without waiting for them to say anything. We can also block interruptions. That's only being usable if we have the condition in there. And we can also disable repeating on silence, which is also usable when we have the condition and we want the user to stay on this node until certain condition is met. What disable repeating on silence does is basically it allows the AI not to speak after the user doesn't speak for like 3 to 4 seconds. So let's say when the user stops speaking, AI is going to check on them every 3 to 4 seconds. Hey, are you still there? But what toggling this on basically turns off that functionality. Thank you very much.